What happens when you forgive and take a narcissistic person back? Which is done quite often by people who have the empathy to care about their friends and their families and their partners and their children, and have a willingness to forgive people, not realizing that a narcissist is most willing to exploit that forgiveness. When you have things such as compassion, when you have object constancy, which is developed around the age 2 or 3, so even when there is disagreements or distance, you can still care about that other person. So when you're raised by a narcissistic parent, you are trained, you are conditioned into not caring about yourself and conditioned into pleasing them. When they're your siblings, you are conditioned into having that belief that you should get along with your siblings, and you should get along with your friends, and you should get along with your family, and you should make compromises for people. However, with two genuine people, this works out well because people they both have the empathy for each other and the understanding and the compassion. When it's with a narcissistic person who lacks the empathy, they're going to take advantage of this within you. Now, more often than not, when a friend or a family member, a partner or a child or a co-worker has done something to hurt us, we can feel disgusted within their behaviour. We can have that resentment and that anger rise within us, and we might seek to want to punish them, and we might seek to just cut them off because we've had enough. They might have lied to us. They might have told someone something that we told them in the strictest of confidence and informed them that they weren't to tell other people. They might have borrowed money off us and failed to pay it back. It might not be the first time. Usually there's quite a few events that take place, and the main one can be something major or it can be something minor, as it's usually an escalation of events when they just get you in that moment on that day where you've just finally had enough. They might just repeatedly put you down. They may have cheated on you. They may have physically assaulted you, and it might not be the first time. However, there comes a point where you just have enough, and that those emotions within you are enough to drive you to make the choice to cut them out of your life. However, as time passes, those emotions die down. You start to remember the things that you did with that person. And as narcissistic people don't treat you badly all of the time, you start to remember the things that they did for you. You start to remember the fact that you're not perfect and that we make mistakes, and that perhaps it was just another one of their mistakes. You start to miss them. You start to feel remorseful. You start to wonder whether you've done the right thing, whether it's all in your head, whether it's you, whether they are that bad. And you start to feel remorseful. You start to regret your behaviour. You start to question your actions. At which point a narcissistic person might come along with the Hoover. And they can come along and claim that, I know you don't like me. I know you hate me. I know I didn't treat you very well. They're going to come along and try to open up that communication with you. And as soon as they open up that communication with you and you respond to them, they're going to turn back into that lovable creature that you feel bad for cutting off from your life. They might bring back that love bombing and that idolization. They might bring back the memories of the good times. And you're the one that then regrets cutting them out of your life, and slowly allow them, or if the narcissist is in a hurry, they will love bomb you quickly, allow them back into your life, which is actually going to be the biggest regret. And sometimes we need to do this once. I think it takes an average of 7 attempts to get out of a narcissistic relationship. Sometimes we do need to forgive them and take them back once, so that we can sort of see if it's a genuine mistake that we all make, or whether it's who they are. And if someone does something once and apologises and changes their behaviour, it's a mistake they made. If you forgive them and their treatment of you gets worse and they repeat the cycle, it's who they are as a person. And if you forgive them again, they're just going to take advantage of you. And the thing is, with a narcissistic person, they don't respect your forgiveness. The only thing they learn from your forgiveness is that they got away with it. And they just learn how to get away with it again. And once they've wormed their way back into your life, they double down and their behaviour gets worse. They minimalise the way they treat you. If you ever bring up what you forgave them for because you're still working through it, they're just going to turn around and when, are we still digging up the past? Isn't it time you got over it? Are we really going to go on about this again? Let it go already. It wasn't that bad. Which then makes you feel like you're the one with the problem, because you should let go. However, the reason you can't let go is because they repeat the same behaviour. So if they kept borrowing and borrowing and borrowing that money and never paying you back, and you kept lending it to them because you cared about them, and then you cut them off and then you allowed them back in, and then they asked for some money and you said no because you know what happened in the past. Yeah, narcissistic people don't respect your boundaries, so they asked you in several different ways. They wore you down, they pity played with you, they made you feel so horrendous for not loaning them the money that you loaned them the money, and then when you ask for it back, they accuse you of holding on to the past, not letting things go, because they've just brought the past straight back up into your present, because they've repeated their toxic behaviour. But they don't want you to make a choice in your best interest. They just want to see how they can get away with it and get you to make a choice in their best interest. The more you forgive a narcissist, often the worse their behaviour will get. They blame you. They turn around and they blame everything on you. They accuse you of causing the problems. They blame you for everything being at fault within the relationship. They blame you for the way that they are mistreating you. They show you who they are with that repeat pattern of behaviour, and they shame you. They continue to put you down. They continue to devalue you. They seek to punish you for daring to stand up to them in the first place. And then when you go back, they seek to take advantage of you. They look to gain more control over you. They look to sink you as punishment while smearing your name so that they can get away with everything they're doing to you. They are looking to make you feel ashamed. They're looking to make you feel disgusted, not within their behaviour, because that might force you to make a choice that doesn't benefit them. They're looking to make you feel disgusted within yourself. They're looking to make you feel annoyed, not within their behaviour, but within your responses to their behaviour, so that you question and doubt yourself and not them. If they can get you feeling ashamed, they can often get you isolated from people. So then the narcissistic person is the only one you've got left to go to. They're going to go all out to make you feel used, and they're going to go all out to make you feel stupid. By which point, your regret needs to be the regret of taking them back. That resentment, that anger and that disgust needs to build up to the point where you cut contact with them again and remind yourself that you cut contact with them because you did what you thought was right at that time. You forgave them, you gave them another chance, and they blew it. That's their behaviour, not yours. They blew it. They tried to take advantage, and you turned around and said, no more, and no regrets, because I gave you the chance and you took advantage of that opportunity and forced me into making the choice again where I can't have contact with you, because every time I do, you take advantage. A narcissistic person is going to go all out to claim that you're being bitter and that you're angry and that you're resentful and all the rest of it, to try and worm their way back in again. Sometimes we are resentful in life. It's a human emotion we all feel, especially when people keep taking advantage of us. Some people do make us angry. That shows they're the exact kind of people that we should not be in contact with. We should recognise what it is that creates that anger and frustration and resentment within us, and recognise that being around that person isn't healthy for us. In fact, it's very destructive to our emotional well-being. Therefore, we need to sidestep away from them. Sometimes we do have to try everything we can possibly think of to make it work with that parent that we so want, when in reality we need to just recognise the parent that we have got, the partner that we ended up with, the sibling. We can't change other people. We can only change ourselves, and sometimes that change needs to come from a change of direction from those who seek to harm us. If anyone would like to add into the comments what happened to you when you took a narcissistic person back, please do so. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.